Have you ever figured out how you might be able to get some starts growing inside, perhaps in your garage or somewhere else like that? Well, stick around and see how I build my little grow booth inside my garage that has lights and other things to help me get my plant starts growing for this spring. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button so we can keep getting more of these videos. Hello, today I'm going to discuss about building my own indoor grow system. It's a fairly simple one. I'm inside my garage, so I've got an area that I've identified. And this I'm doing to do my plant starts. I guess some folks could do it to grow their marijuana if it's legal in your state. Not exactly legal in my state, but I am growing it here. It is purely for plant starts, and perhaps growing some vegetables in the winter time. I can do that. But what I've done, I've identified a location in it. The shelves that I actually got from a company called Uline. They do various contractor grade stuff. You could probably get a little bit cheaper than what I got on Amazon or some other place. But these I got them because they're coated. They're supposed to be fairly sturdy, and they've actually worked out fairly well for this. But I've built them, put them together. If I had to do it again, I probably would get a little bit taller with another shelf just to give me a little more space to work with. But this is fine. So this is the basic component of it. I have gotten these lights. I did order these on Amazon, and I've got these for about $100 for a 6-pack with the 6 of these light systems. They're LED. They are the grow lights, so they have it. You can get them either just straight white lights or get the blue, red lights, whichever works. Either one works just fine. But what I've done is I've gone ahead and I've tied these up underneath here, and I've done it. It's an 18-inch wide, 4 feet long shelf unit. And so to give it good coverage, I'm using 2 of these lamps on each side of it to make sure I cover and give the intensity and the light that I need. I have picked up some other light sets that I've tested and tried, and they work well. I've got a double one over here that I'll probably use in the center on one of them. But I'm also going to use some of these. I'll tie them up here in the center to give light for this top shelf to grow. Now, so I've got 3 of these shelf units, so that's 12 feet. And what I've done, I've constructed this PVC framework that I'm going to put a tarp over. I've got a little space heater that's got the temperature, so it'll set at about 65 degrees, 70 degrees to blow into warm this up, because my temperatures outside are a little bit abnormally warm, but they're still cool enough that things aren't going to grow very well if I just leave it. My garage, I keep about 45 to 50 degrees. That's on the low end of where you want to try doing starts. So that's where I got my just a little inexpensive space heater that I'll put on the other end and I'll blow through. And I've got this plastic tarp, just an inexpensive tarp. I've got stretched over it, and that'll help keep it warm enough that I should get a decent conditions inside to grow my starts. Now, in building this, like I said, it's just simple PVC, 1/2 inch, schedule 40. I've got the joints on it, so I've basically framework. The top piece, as you notice here, is kind of bent. So you want a heat gun if you can get a decent one that way. Your hair dryer won't quite warm it up enough. But on a plywood board, I put using finishing nails, some about 2-inch finishing nails. I put it in and I measured out. So I've got a 30-inch spread across here. And from this point to the top is 12 inches. So I got a 12-inch rise and a 12-inch across the center there, which bent over gives me approximately 30 inches wide spacing, which is what I want. So I've got the 18-inch, shelves, the 30 inches across. So it gives me a little bit of room on either side of it that I'm not crowding things in too much. And I can get in and work with it if it needs be. But then I just picked up a relatively inexpensive tarp. You don't have to get the heavy duty ones. The lighter grades work just fine. All you're doing is just something to help hold that heat in. The space heater, just a little space heater, buy them at Walmart or wherever, and you can get that, and it just blows in here, so it'll heat it all up. and I'll have it all enclosed. The tarp will be clamped in, closed in, so that it'll keep the heat in. And so it'll just automatically regulate. The other thing I've done, because you don't want when you're working with the grow lights, you don't want them on constantly, because it's not natural for plants to have 24 hours sunlight. So instead of me coming in and out of here to turn on and turn off, I got, again, just get some inexpensive timers. These are the mechanical ones. They just cost a few dollars. I got these on Amazon. And I will say I am not affiliated with Amazon. I'm not affiliated with any other entity. So I'm not getting any kickbacks. So if you want to find them there, or if you want to find them somewhere else, that's perfectly fine. But a simple mechanical timer like this one, I just set up, and I set the timer for approximately 12 hours. So it'll go from like 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. The lights will be on, then they'll shut off. And that gives the plants, as they start to grow, time to respire versus, the breathing like normally do. So plants need a little bit of rest as well. So that's what I've got. And as you notice with these light sets, I got all consistently light sets, and they're all connected in tandem. So I've got, it allows you to put them all hook in. So each level all the way through is one light there. So I can turn on and off by the level. So these down here are turned off. The top one's turned on right now. And I can just plug them in and run them and kind of forget about them, not worry about it. Just come down, make sure they got the water and all that. What I have done is I've got my trays. I did get solid trays, so it actually works pretty good. You can just, with the solid trays, I can put water in it, put my trays in, and it just kind of wicks it up from underneath. And it makes less work for me. I don't have to come down and water every single thing all the time. A lot easier to work with, a lot less stress. And I do make sure I get solid trays, because you don't want them dripping down on your lights, if you forget about that. So that's my basic setup, real simple and easy. We'll go from there. Thank you. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button so we can keep getting more of these videos.